but
Do I come up today finally?
I am so done with these extra long
I
times.
think we're probably
I'm
only
never
gonna
getting
get to
extra long
do
times.
today.
Yes.
I know, I'm not going to. Ever again.
Even though I am.
Hey, yeah, no one knows. It's like you type perfect knot, and then she's like, yeah, this part's too long.
You lean back in your chair.
Bobby, if you tie a perfect knot and it's too long, just go like this.
Don't.
I'm not like,
If you
Bobby,
leave.
if it's too long, just go like this. Tuck it in.
if I try the double Windsor again.
Let him tie the tie.
I don't know how to tie
You're
double
fine.
Windsor.
I only know how to. I don't know what it's
Well, I need to record it.
Just tie the regular.
It is recording.
Really?
It's not getting you though, don't worry.
What we need to record today?
Oh, we're just recording with us.
Bobby's very happy colors today.
I go around.
He was telling me like he was wearing the nice college jewelry now.
Okay.
It reminded me of Ava.
Make sure you step outside so you don't disrupt any other classes, okay?
Can I have one?
No, she brought
Oh,
me
we're
the
friends,
puppies.
right?
A plus.
What are you doing, Bobby?
I am attempting my
Do you need
Windsor
help?
knot. I got this.
Kind of want to with the puppies. Okay, did the bell ring?
Yeah,
You did? Okay, I didn't even know.
like 2 minutes ago.
I was wondering. Alright,
Oh yeah, we got to.
we left off last class starting to talk about this document, yes?
Yes.
What document is this?
The Declaration of Natural Rights.
Ah, the Declaration of the Rights of Man. Who is the collective author?
The Third Estate.
National Assembly of France. Right? National Assembly of France.
Lay Avengers.
Who constitutes the National Assembly of France? King. The king? The king?
No. The legislator. The legislator. The third party.
The Third Estate.
The bourgeoisie.
Where's my Third Estate?
That's me.
Right here. Tell me about yourself.
They're mad because they have like no food or anything, and whenever they.
Who are you?
The third.
Can we start with that? No, I know you're the Third
Oh,
Estate.
the common people.
You're the common people. What does that mean?
They pay all the taxes and they get no say when they vote.
Okay. So you are, from what I hear, you are common people.
And the bourgeoisie.
That includes the bourgeoisie. Who are the bourgeoisie?
They're as rich as the nobles, but they don't get any of the privileges.
Okay. Bourgeoisie. You said you pay all taxes. Yes. And no privileges? Is that what you said? Okay. Who is above you? Identify yourself. Second Estate, where are you?
Oh, it's me.
Wesley, tell me about yourself.
Let me see. I am nobility.
You are the nobility.
And, we got 1.5% population
Okay, 1.5% of the population.
with
What defines people in your estate? What two things do they definitely have, these nobles?
money
Money. They have tons of money.
and a fancy title.
So we got a big bag of money and a fancy title. I don't know how to draw a title.
A sash, maybe.
A sash. Ooh, a sash. Okay.
Or
That should be in a different
Or
color,
a
right?
crown with a money sign.
Yeah, but you can't have a crown. It's like
The no.
If it was like a bandana.
could just stick with the party hat.
sash. Yes. Okay. So why should Wesley be wearing a party hat?
Because that's all they do.
No,
That's all they do.
all the time.
I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more than that.
Well, they're in the palace of Versailles. So they party all the time, and the poor people are starving.
There it is. Okay, good. Okay, why are they always at the Palace of Versailles? Who has moved them there?
The king.
They live there.
Why do you keep them there?
To keep them distracted so they don't realize that they have no power.
Keep them partying.
Keep them partying, right? They're like all happy all the time, eating cake, strolling about the gardens. They're very happy, very distracted. Who is above Wesley here?
Oh, I'm not.
You're not it?
Yeah,
Savannah, are you
I'm
it?
it.
You're it. Tell me about yourself.
I'm the clergy.
You're the clergy. What should I know about you?
Well, I live in the Palace of Versailles.
Many of you also live in the Palace of Versailles. Who are you? What do you do for a living? Yeah, not the Pope.
Well, no.
Similar to the Pope.
Yeah,
Priests.
pretty so.
Priests? Alright. What religion? Catholic. Yeah. Okay, we're getting good at this. Right? Now, the National Assembly of France largely constitutes the third estate. I think that's what you told me, Sam. Why did they break off and form this National Assembly?
Because they wanted to have more say in the vote.
Ah, where were they not getting enough say? What was this event right here? Bobby, tell me about this event.
It's when they wanted to meet everybody, the Estates General.
Convocation of the Estates
Yes.
General, yes.
Yes.
So we call together all three groups over here. And why does the third estate get kind of fussy?
Because they get worked out.
Not yet, but they will. I'll come back to you for that.
Yeah.
I will come back to you for that. Victoria, what happens first?
Well, even though they have 98% of the population,
Mhm.
they have the same amount of votes as 2% of the population. And it's, most of the time they get voted out because.
How do we vote? Let's talk about the voting structure briefly. How do we vote at the convocation of the Estates General? Wesley?
So each state have 1/3 of the vote.
Yeah, one vote. One vote. One vote. Seems fair. 3 estates. 1 vote apiece. Why is that an issue, dude?
Well, because the common people, each estate sends in 2 representatives.
300, actually. I think you're probably confusing the American Senate with the
Oh,
convocation of the
yeah,
Estates General. But that's okay.
They send the representatives to vote for each estate.
Absolutely. And then all of those representatives collectively decide on 1 vote for the whole estate. So what's wrong with that? What's the problem? Jessica?
Because clergy and nobility won the thing which common people didn't want.
Which is what? What is it that they want? You're right. They want the same thing. What is it that they want? Do they want to change things? Why not?
Taxes.
If they're satisfied with their life. But common people want to change everything. They're starving.
No taxes. Lots of parties. Why would you want to change anything? Life is good up there, right? And if they always vote together, who loses every single time?
Common people.
That girl right there, the third estate, right? So they get cranky, and they try to get together and form the National Assembly of France, but then Louis does what to them, Bobby?
He kicks them out. He locks them out of the, yeah.
And then what happens?
And then they assemble in a tennis court.
Yeah, right? Because Versailles has indoor tennis courts, because it's that fancy,
Yeah.
right? And they issue the tennis court oath, which claims what?
They will not disband until there's a new constitution.
Alright? That was like all of last week. All smushed into like 5 minutes. So we're good on that?
Yes.
Alright. Who's this guy? Julia!
Jacques Necker.
Jacques Necker. This is Jacques Necker. So in response to all of that, Julia, what do you do?
I told him, Louis, that he should cancel the party and lower the taxes to help the poor people, and he did not like that and fired
Now
me.
here's a question. Did you give him that advice because you're just a super nice guy?
No.
Why did you give him that advice? What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What's going on in France?
Yeah, they're gonna attack.
Okay, so 98% of the population is unhappy with our king over here. Yes, king? Holla, that's your response? 98% of the population is angry at you.
Darn. I don't like them. I want them to stop. So I organize. Don't I kill a lot of people?
Not yet, but you're thinking about it. Because the two of you together are like, this is dangerous. If 98% of the population is angry,
I organize something while they're busy. Don't I?
yes.
So I
But save it first, save it for 1 second. Okay? Julia's not thinking altruistically. She's not like the nicest person in the world. I'm sure you are in real life, but Jack Necker isn't.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
He's interested in self-preservation, which would fulfill which Enlightenment thinkers' philosophies?
Rousseau.
Dude,
Locke.
you have to justify it. You can't just say a name.
Hobbes.
If you have something you believe in strongly, raise your hand and I will let you explain yourself. Audrey?
John Locke, because he believed in the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Okay, so he believes that we have natural rights. How do you see that connecting to Jack Necker's beliefs?
He believes that the common people should have a say, and that the common people should have natural rights.
Does he feel that truly? Bless you. Does he feel that truly? He would definitely want you to think it, right? You want people to think like, yes, I'm on your side.
Yeah, of course.
Do you actually feel that way?
No,
Okay, so you're pretending to be a Lockean,
but I am a.
but you are really motivated by self-preservation, Anise.
I was going to say, like, more towards Hobbes when he said that he believes that people are just naturally evil and are self-preserved.
Yeah. We're really interested in ourselves. So you're pretending to be a Lockean, but really,
Gotcha.
she's a Hobbesian, right? She's like motivated by fear and motivated by self-interest. But either way, you give him that advice. And Louis, what is your response to that advice?
You fire him.
Yeah.
I do.
You're fired. I don't want any of that nonsense around here. We will continue to party. It's going to be great. Right? That should all be recapped so we can move pretty quick. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
We're okay on that? All right. Now, Louis, you said you were doing something in addition to firing your kind financial advisor over there. Right? You said you were doing something because you were so fearful about this get-together. What is it that you have done in Paris?
Oh, didn't I hire, hold on, I got it. I hired German people to storm through Paris, and they killed a lot of people.
Wait. Let's start with I hired German people. German what specifically?
Oh,
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries, right? Hired soldiers. So we have King Louis. Oh wait, he shouldn't be smiling. Right? He's like, why are the poor people against me? I hate everyone. Right? So he's going to hire. I don't know, they're just saying, yeah, because they're German. Right? That's a gun. Oh, man with the smiles.
Well, they're happy because they're getting paid.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's true. Okay, so he hires German mercenaries to surround the city of Paris while all of this is going on. Why was that important for us? Why did we need to make note that these are German mercenaries? You're not tipping, are you?
No, he's not.
Okay.
I told him.
6 legs on the floor. Yes.
Because if they use the French army, they would not, most of them are the common people. So they would not want to go and attack their families and their friends and the people that, them.
What estate do French soldiers come from, dude?
Third.
Is your name doomed?
Wait, the soldiers?
Yeah, the French soldiers. Who do you think in that hierarchy
come
goes
from
to war?
The third estate.
Yeah. So are you gonna hire people from the Third Estate to surround Paris as a threat to the other members of the Third Estate?
Nah.
It's kind of an empty threat, right?
Pretty much done. You just hired.
It's like, I don't know. It's not gonna work. Definitely not gonna work. So he hires these German mercenaries. There's a real threat, right?
They're known for their fighting.
But it's not them that go on a rampage. It's not the mercenaries. Who flips out and storms the Bastille, Aubrey?
The people that live in Paris, like the Third Estate,
Yeah, and why do they choose to do that?
because they want to protect themselves, so they need to get weapons from the.
It's like a massive weapons cache, right? So we storm the Bastille. Does anybody remember this incredibly important date? In
July
French history?
14th, 1789.
Crushing it.
Huh. Yeah.
Alright. So we stormed the Bastille. We're angry. We have a name, right? We're the National Assembly of
It
France.
sounded important.
We have a purpose, right? We're not going to stop until we create a constitution. Awesome. And now we have weapons.
Yay.
Things are shaping up very nicely for us today, right?
Yeah.
Before we can write a constitution saying what the government should defend, right? We have to define the rights the government will defend, right? So if the Constitution is going to say the government has to do this to protect our natural rights, first, we have to define our natural rights. Yes? Who's a big fan of natural rights?
John Locke.
John Locke, absolutely. Right?
Oh, we did this. We did this.
Yeah, you started to.
We
I
did.
know. So exciting. You read this for homework a couple nights ago, right? Declaration of the Rights of Man.
Mm-hmm.
And we started working with it at the end of last class. Started paraphrasing. Yes?
Yeah,
Tucker, are you maybe tipping a little bit?
The chair's broken.
Oh. Can we get you a safe chair? You want the throne?
You can't get him to throw.
Well,
He's not the king.
but the king stinks, man.
What?
Ruining everyone's lives.
That's true.
You fired Jock.
Rude. Thank you.
Okay, so it's 1789. We've got this document. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's really
It's blinding, I know. It's a daily struggle for me. Right? This document penned by the National Assembly of France in 1789 to tell us what we have a right to. Right? The Declaration of the Rights of Man. So we all have paraphrased at least one article from this, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Take one of these.
Perfect.
You already gave us numbers.
I know, but we're going to
Fine.
expand on what we did last time. So everybody should have at least one of these articles that they are familiar with, that they have paraphrased previously, or that they have in their notes. We're all on that same page.
Yes.
Yes. You need to find a partner who has definitely worked on a different article. There was like 2 articles of overlap. So I think there were 2 people who had number 1 and 2 people who had number 2, yes? So those people can't be partners. Otherwise, you can be partners with anybody. Are we good?
Yep.
Everybody has a partner.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, for starters with your partner, find your old paraphrase, right, for the article that you've worked on, and get it down on there in the paraphrase box next to the number you got. Alright? So if you previously paraphrased article number 1, talk to your partner about how you paraphrased it, what you came up with, and then you guys can both fill in article 1. Okay? You can both fill in the paraphrase section next to article 1 if you worked on article 1. Okay? So what you should end up with in 3 minutes is each person having 2 articles filled out on this under the paraphrase column. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Get to it. Why don't you just swing around the side? Swing around the side. But don't steal my coffee.
Oh, did you ever find your coffee cup?
Did I lose a coffee cup?
No, you left it in your office.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't ever find that. I'll have to go back for it. All right. 3 minutes. Go.
What article?
Numeros. Number 7's basically got being arrested and all that kind of stuff. Why are the 2?
And for the first one, you have to write what it actually said.
Wait,
Yes, sir.
what are we supposed to do in 2 columns?
What's that?
What are we doing in 2 columns?
You're only using the
Well, so
first
column number 1 is labeled as paraphrase only on the first sheet. So keep using the column closest to the name of the articles is where you paraphrase. Alright? So if one of you did Article 2 and one of you did Article 7, the paraphrase box for Article 2 and the paraphrase box for Article 7 should be filled in 2 minutes.
Paraphrase, the thing with the principle started to reside essentially in the nation, nobody knowing to exercise any authority which does not proceed directly from the nation. Like that, like, no one can work on something or do something that doesn't go right from the nation. So everything has to be for.
Are you copying it or?
Okay, I'll read it.
Well, you should explain it to your partner, explain how you came up with it, because you also have the original document, right? So you guys can both see which original article you worked with,
Liberty consistent.
and then you can talk about why you came up with the paraphrase you did.
Injures no one else. Hence, the exercise of the natural rights of each one has no limits except those which assure to the other members of the society the enjoyment of the same rights. These limits can only be determined by law.
Basically
I
says
paraphrased it as
no one can
liberty
be
slash freedom
accused, arrested, or
has a
imprisoned
certain extent.
without breaking the law. And
Here, I wrote it down.
if you are
Right, it has a certain extent. That's why
Make sure you guys are explaining it rather than just copying it down. Okay, it's okay, copy it down first.
The
Make
rights
sure you
of
copy it.
each man has no limits, but the society has the same enjoyment.
without breaking law, and if you are accused, arrested, or imprisoned with breaking law, you are not allowed to resist arrest. Resist.
Okay, for number 8, you can only punish people if they deserve it, and no one can be punished unless it's like by the law. Like the virtue of
Only punish people.
like you can only be punished if they do something wrong.
To interpret.
And
No, they were just doing paraphrase. We're just doing the paraphrase, right?
Can we go down there?
Yeah, we just did paraphrase.
Okay. Wrap it up in the next 30 seconds. Make sure you've got a paraphrase for each article that you guys have worked on previously.
And
Just reading and putting it.
Yes, very, very quickly, okay?
unless it's like legally, like over and over again.
yeah,
They don't have to be super long.
I can't even.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's okay. I want the gist of the article. What is the article telling you? And if you got that in one sentence,
Enforcement is allowed
that's
to
okay. Huh?
inflict punishment.
Okay. Step number 2. So this is going to be practice. We now have the paraphrase for 2 articles, so we're going to fill out the interpretation for those 2 articles. Once we've got the hang of this, we're going to move it to the rest of the document, so you're going to eventually have all the articles, okay? What I want you to think about is that in 1789, the National Assembly of France thought that these rights had to be written down. right? Even if some of them seem a little bit obvious. We're like, well, of course no one can arrest you for just wearing blue pants, right?
Or tipping in your chair.
Or you can definitely be arrested for that. Okay? So, if they felt like they needed to write it down, what must be going on in France under Louis's reign that forced them to write that down? Does that make sense? So if I actually write down in the Declaration of the Rights of Man, you can't be arrested for wearing blue pants,
People were arrested for wearing blue.
people must be getting arrested for wearing blue pants. Okay? So that's what I want you to do right now. I want you guys to look in your pairs again, look at the two articles that you've paraphrased together, and see if you can figure out and write down in the interpretation column what must be going on in France that's forcing us to write down these natural rights. Okay?
People are getting killed even though they don't do anything wrong.
Talk to your partner.
Are being
So that was for mine.
arrested
Oh, you can't say for wearing blue pants.
red
20 times and you ignored me.
Don't say that. People are being
for
arrested.
wearing red shirts.
No, people are being arrested for not breaking the law, but just doing that. Like,
Arrested
the people.
for
Like if they're like, oh my gosh, like you show
Do what's next.
arrested for
Is it you, Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, explain to Julia what
There
you
we
meant.
go.
People are being arrested for
this
non-harmful.
what could have caused this law to be written down. So like, when you do things like, they weren't intended, people weren't
Okay.
intended more rights.
And then some people would be punished if they do something wrong. So people were being punished for not doing it.
Naturally
People were just randomly being punished.
Yes, ma'am.
No, people were being punished for
So,
going against law.
what
Going
must be
against
going
doing
on in
anything.
France
They're being
that
punished for
forced
nothing.
them
You know
to
what the
write
Reign
the
Terror was?
article that you just paraphrased?
You know,
Does that make sense? So if the
It's like
article you paraphrased said,
15,000 people
arrest people for wearing
guillotined.
blue pants.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
like,
Like
for
the
example,
hand
I
thing.
put now,
No, the guillotines
for
in the
example,
head.
people have more rights.
Yeah.
For example, someone who's
Alright,
another
so that's what you're reviewing.
says like,
So,
and
yeah,
then it says a
people
lot like,
were being killed.
at the end it says, hence the exercise of the natural rights
Without
of
being
each man has
proven
no limits except those which assure to the other, which
It's really just for no
assure
reason. They kill people
to the
for no
other
reason.
members of the society the enjoyment of the same decent right. These limits
Are you doing
can
number
only
8?
be determined by law.
So
7, 8, 9
mine,
are like all the same.
Are they all the same or are
They're not
they
the same, they're just like,
similar?
they're like really similar.
Make sure you figure out what the differences are.
Does
So you don't
People are being
accidentally
arrested
paraphrase
and
the
then
wrong one.
people are being killed.
Does France still use this?
What's this?
Does France still use this?
Do you want me to go?
This is more of like a statement of declaration that ultimately France celebrates,
Oh.
but this isn't really like a legal document. This is just sort of like a statement of feelings.
So does it mean like
What's going on?
the government can't?
like someone,
Let's go 2 more minutes to interpret these, okay? And then we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Like if a
right,
person
why
is
they must have
going
written that.
to like,
Why?
I don't know.
authority
Like,
which does not
For
proceed
kids.
directly from the nation.
so like would it have to go
English.
through the government?
No,
Yeah.
politics.
So someone
If the
like
poor and the
is gonna
kings
have word that.
The more you know.
Okay.
And that's
They can be become
Is anybody doing them?
We could say, what? It could be.
You guys are done?
if- Like the government's permission
Like
to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking how to like put it into the
Alright, 1 more minute to finish it.
What's something that you would need the government's permission to do?
What's that?
Like for
buy a
every-
house.
Buy a house?
Yeah.
If it's a question about interpretation, I'm gonna let you figure it out.
I said that people didn't get a chance to prove they weren't guilty.
The kind of people were probably being thrown in jail for
It
doing nothing. For
could
doing
like,
nothing, so now they
it
might
could
be proven
be
guilty.
about like schooling or something.
No, that's okay.
Just like kicked you right out.
I'm alright with it. It's okay.
It could be about,
I'm just gonna put something that you need something that you would need the government's permission to do.
15 seconds. 15 seconds to finish. Oh, I don't know if I feel about that.
yeah, that's good.
It's creepy.
It's supposed to be better for your eyes, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we feel okay doing that? We felt like we could figure out the interpretation based on the paraphrase?
Yeah.
Awesome. You can go in whatever order you want, but you and your partner are going to do that same thing for the other articles, okay? Feel free to be brief. You do not need to write me a paragraph on everything, right? But work on paraphrasing the articles as you go, and everybody has that document in front of them, okay? Consult each other on it, make sure you're coming up with the same idea, and then interpret what must be going on in France. Now, the interpretation isn't always super difficult, right? If it says you can't just arrest people for arbitrary reasons, well then people must be getting arrested for arbitrary reasons, right? So don't try to get too complex in the way you're thinking about that, alright?
Okay.
Here we go.
So, it's our number
All
1, men
17.
are born to remain free.
So number 1, men are born
Social distinction can be found in only
What's that?
people were not being treated equally in the interpretation.
only upon the general judge.
They get that, like,
With equal respect.
people are, yeah, people weren't treated with, like, the same rights as other people.
So, like, some people have more rights than others.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the paraphrase part.
That's taking place.
Like from the moment men are brought on earth, they're equal in from the moment men are born.
Rights and others are not treated.
This is basically just, all we have to do is basically like take this sentence. Men are born and raised free.
So the interpretation.
That,
There's another part.
that people,
So
that
like
people were,
people can't be
that people weren't treated with the same,
Like you could like, okay, like now we made a triangle.
the same,
They can't do that in society.
the same rights.
Yeah, you can't make a pyramid anarchy. Monarchy.
Difference right there.
Make a pyramid of monarchy in society.
The aim of all political association is the preservation of national identity, development, free command, judicial liberty, property,
Of the natural
security,
and
Society may give
of right and these rights are liberty, property, security, and residence to oppression.
Wait,
So
number
these
2,
are like
oh,
the
number
natural rights. So for the paraphrase, everyone is
So,
obligated
keep
to the
natural
natural
rights.
rights of liberty,
Keep
property,
natural
security,
rights.
and residence for all.
Yeah.
for all to have natural.
I just have it, I feel like people like 20
So
times.
that means the people were working.
Alright, finish up whatever one you're doing right now.
Ooh, we were supposed to do all of them.
No, hold on, just relax.
We did.
With your partner, you need to decide something very important.
Which one's the most important?
Which one of you is peanut butter and which one of you is jelly?
I'm peanut butter.
I really want to be
Just
Well,
consult
that's
with your,
not
just
hard.
consult with your partner. Somebody's peanut butter, somebody's jelly.
Yes, I want it to be jelly.
Some jelly.
Alright, great. Peanut butters.
Yes.
Pick up your document, pick up your worksheet, pick up the thing you're writing with, and rotate one group to the right. Peanut butters rotate, jellies stay put.
Hey Dan.
Just pick one. Choose just somebody. One of you rotate.
I'm with you now, Wes. Here, you can just close this.
Right.
Hello. How are you?
Same thing. Same thing. No worries. But hopefully you've got a couple different ones already done that you can help each other out on.
Let me read it.
That's good, yeah, you can.
So what one did you start with?
After.
7 and 8.
After.
Yeah, let's do. Wait, what'd you do for the interpretation for number 2? Some people had natural rights and others didn't. So natural rights weren't free.
So Article 5 is law and
So there's no waste of time.
there, hurtful to society, nothing to be prevented which is not forbidden by law, and then one may be forced to do anything not provided for by law.
Read it.
Oh wait, this is
Just
on the back of this.
So,
2 lines, 3 lines.
Yeah, 3. No,
Men are born and remain free and
So like the law has
men are always equal.
What does that mean? Like doesn't go through the government, yeah.
Did you say equals equal?
And then something that you need the government.
Men equals equal.
The government. Permission, yeah.
substantive power.
People were not free. We're treated. We're not
Make sure you
treated.
guys agree on your paraphrasing, okay? Let's try not to just copy work. Make sure you agree.
People were not free. And we're treated
Yeah, the law,
without.
yeah, the law.
And what'd you do for the paraphrase? No one
Yeah, number 6.
No one can work on something that doesn't go right from, it should be, doesn't go through the government. What does it mean? Like, what do you mean like work on something?
This table's like really stiff.
Okay, so you know how like in dictatorship,
Like
certain
this.
people can't go on certain sites because the government is monitoring. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that. We couldn't think of a certain example, but like you said, buy a house, but like it has to go through the government's position. Like you know what I mean? Like to make money. Well, like yeah, or like if you wanted to build something on like quote unquote their property, and you would have to ask them for their permission.
Like when they put like the signs like vote for Obama, but they put it like on the wrong side.
Yeah, like that. You would have to ask permission.
So you need permission from the government to complete a task.
Yes.
So Article number 7.
Yeah, where's my eraser?
Law is the expression of general will. Every citizen has the right to participate personally or through his representative or his foundation. It must be the same for all, whether it punishes all citizens being equal.
Number 4. This is the one I did. It said liberty/freedom has a certain extent. That's why there are natural rights. And rights of each man has no limit. The society has allowed to the same enjoyment of the same rights. So like if one man,
People didn't have.
like in this, one man jumps off a car, another is allowed to do that. So it's stating that
So then it was
if one man did jump off the car, he said that another man couldn't jump off the car. You know what I'm saying?
So like only certain people are endowed certain rights.
Yes.
So liberty.
and freedom, maybe like the higher
But isn't this
power.
supposed to be like freedom for all? So why would he say like that only some people?
higher power had a voice.
Yeah, they're like
The voice, having the voice to determine how much.
It's like oh, so like you don't have what does it mean? That kind of like you have the liberty to do whatever you want to a certain extent. Like you can't go out and kill someone. You will have done it to a certain extent.
Do all of them, that's okay. So just keep working on them together. Just get as far as you can.
No person shall be
And then don't have liberty.
arrested or in prison except in the cases of court prescribed by law. And any felons whatever, transmitting, executing, or caused by executing any archery order shall be punished, any citizen shall be arrested in the virtue of law shall be.
Alright, so for 7, the paraphrase, it means like no one can be accused, arrested, or imprisoned without breaking the law. So I can't go up to you and be like, your dress is blue, you're breaking the law. If the law wasn't,
Like they weren't the judge.
I don't know, I can't just go up to you and be like,
Yeah.
you're chewing gum.
Okay.
Go to jail.
Go to jail, do not pass go collective.
So would that be the interpretation?
But don't say anything about penalties, that's okay. I think people
Got
go
it.
along. This is just breaking the law.
They're not.
I'm gonna task you two, Jessica and Bobby, with jumping to the next page. So don't worry about ones you haven't done on that page yet. Jump to the next page. Start with number 9.
Wrong page.
Oh, breaking them off, is that where I can stop?
Wrong the wrong day.
Yeah, you're just, that's all.
The law
You can't,
decides if you're.
Oh, and
Yeah.
if you do something
The
wrong,
law decides
like
your punishment.
you went out and you like robbed a bank, that you're not allowed to resist arrest.
Punishment, not simple.
Got it.
And also for the interpretation, right, that like people are being arrested for non-harmful reasons.
The law shall provide for such punishments only as are restricted.
Okay.
Strict and obviously necessary.
To Article
No one
8,
shall suffer
someone can only be
punishment
punished if they do something wrong, such as like
virtue of law,
only only enforcement can inflict punishments. So like if like Miss Goldman came and stole your puppy, you couldn't go and kill hers. You would have to wait till the law
Oh, just, you know what you can do? Just put
like
an
you're
arrow,
like
like
options
to
that
be,
you
yeah, to be around.
And then for the interpretation, like people were being killed without being guilty.
Not able to
Like
dispense.
the king would be like, you bought an expensive
Like,
dress
you know the
and
cereal
my wife
dispensers?
wanted that dress, so off
Like
with
there's
the
a
head.
cereal that was like really big.
Like in Alice in
Dispenser,
Wonderland.
it'd be indispensable.
Like one of the frogs ate her chocolate or something.
Right?
Well, we've seen in my drawings how pretty Maria Antoinette's dresses are.
Definitely. Those triangles, they're like pretty intense.
Fancy.
No one shall be
like-
disquieted.
People were being.
We're gonna go for 5 more minutes on this. It's okay if you don't get them all done. Just try to get the page you're on. Let's go with that.
The
Get as
page.
many as you can
We have
done.
more done on this.
It's okay if they're not all finished.
Being guilty.
Let's just do Article 5. Sure, either one's out long. Alright, so law can only prohibit such actions that are hurtful to society. Nothing may be prevented which is not forbidden by law, and no one may be forced to do anything not provided for by law. So, like, I think it's kind of
If someone
like
can't do
you
something.
can't you can't make a stupid law. Like you can't make a law that someone can't wear blue. It has
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
something that's hurtful. Like if everyone
that-
in the world is allergic to the color blue and then you wore blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, it just got really quiet.
When we feel
So like the law, so law enforcement
And then
can only make realistic laws.
4 more minutes. 4 more.
And then
The teacher's favorite sound, Bobby.
the
Someone yelling in their
government was
class.
making stupid laws.
Good.
Yeah.
And speaking at the same time. Every.
Article 10. No one shall be disquieted on himself because he can use it for religious ways without
Okay. Number 6, do you want to do?
Law is the expression of the general will. Every citizen has the right to participate personally or do his representative in the foundation. It must be the same for all, whether it protects or punishes. All things ordering people in the eyes of the law are equally
just let's the activity.
eligible to all
3 minutes.
duties and to all public positions and occupations according to
Try
their
to tackle
ability
one new one.
and without distinction except
You're in
that.
between them right now. One new one at the next 3 minutes.
So it's like, so you can't be like, you can't have the job here because you're
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, it's like discrimination, but not.
it's like
Anybody noticing this?
discrimination against a man.
The world's
Yeah.
allergic to blue. You can't get the job
Sorry,
if you're
like,
wearing blue.
The first part is like everyone can vote for the representative or like the representative.
Yeah, everyone has this say.
Like everyone has a say in how
Yeah,
the
we're
vote.
gonna do
Everyone has a say in the votes of the
You can't
document.
use your religion as an excuse.
Yeah. In the government's foundation.
Number 12.
The say in the government's foundation, comma,
We're in 16.
man shall not be discriminated against.
Speak right, print with freedom, but shall be responsible for such abuses of freedom.
Like interpretation, we could be like,
A minute and a half to wrap up the one you're on now. Okay, a minute and a half.
yeah.
So,
Can't be denied a job based on their social class.
Freedom to say and write what they want.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, read Article 9.
As all persons are held innocent until they shall have been declared guilty, if arrest shall be deemed indispensable, all harshness not essential to the securing of the prisoner's person shall be
Within law.
severely repressed by law.
Okay, so, for the paraphrase, all are innocent until proven guilty.
They would get killed for like protesting, so like maybe
30
people weren't
seconds.
allowed
they cannot resist.
to express themselves.
And then the first part is.
Okay, and then for the interpretation, it'd be like people were being thrown in jail without proper trial. Right?
Yeah, without like being.
Yeah. People were arrested without immigration.
Last 15 seconds. Wrap it up. Right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kind of go through these together. We're gonna make sure that we agree. If you didn't finish all of them, use this as an opportunity to fill things in as we go through as a class. Okay, so keep sort of taking notes on this. If you need to amend one that you've already done, that's good too. Okay, so let's make sure that this sheet ends up being a really good guide to this document. So if you need to change something, do it. If you need to fill something new in, do that as well. Okay? Alright, let's start with number 1. Woo. What do we got? What do you guys think for a paraphrase for number 1? Yeah, Trish.
People are free and equal.
That's true. Anything else there? People are born free and equal. So if we, I need to scroll down. I'm not that tall. Okay, so let's say we got 3 men right here. You're all born free and equal right there. Victoria, you have your hand up. Do you want to add something to our description of these men?
I can wait because you might be explaining it now.
Well, let's let you explain it. Let's hear it from
It
you.
was gonna be on the next part.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
I don't really fully understand that part, but my main interpretation that I'm sort of coming up with